Inspired by In the Time of the Butterflies by Julia Alvarez, the Big Read gave voice to silent heroes. The novel chronicles the lives of the four Mirabal sisters who struggle against the brutal regime of the Dominican dictator Rafael Trujillo. Braving harassment, imprisonment, and even death, the sisters earned the revolutionary nom de guerre from which the novel takes its name, Las Mariposas, the butterflies.
Was it for this, the sacrifice of the butterflies? Was it for this? Any number of things that we've struggled for as a human family. One of my favorite passages from Chekhov says that the task of the writer is not to solve the problem, but to state it correctly. So I think my job is not to answer that question, but to plant that question in the reader's mind.
Alvarez visited Austin to discuss the role of reading in personal empowerment.
I think that reading and writing, you are cultivating the kind of expansiveness and the kind of nimble imagination which allows you to become someone else.
The 8-week program began with the premiere of The Economy Furniture Strike, a documentary about early expressions of Chicano political aspirations in Central Texas.
Economy Furniture Strike was much more than a labor dispute between employees and management. It was a part of the Chicano movement that gripped the state of Texas in the 1970s.
The standing room only crowd at the Mexican American Cultural Center included a who's who of local Hispanic leaders. Austin Mayor Lee Leffingwell recognized the Veterans Day reading by issuing a proclamation. The reading included ACC student writers who are veterans and featured National Book Award-winning novelist Larry Heineman.
I didn't mean to write about Vietnam basically all my professional life, but sometimes you're given a story and you simply have to do the best you can with it. As a writer, I tried to be as honest and truthful about what I saw and what I did and what it was I had become.
The opening on campus of an exhibit of Caribbean paintings coincided with the performance of Tijan and His Brothers by Nobel laureate Derek Walcott. The program included over 100 events in schools, libraries, theaters, and even jail.
I'm doing a book club in the Travis County Correctional Complex for female inmates, and we're reading In the Time of the Butterflies. It's interesting to teach a book about women who are imprisoned to women who are incarcerated. And then I created a writing exercise where I asked them to write about what's the story you want your children to tell about you. And that was pretty incredible and very emotional for the women.
The Big Read concluded with a performance of The Justice Project.
The burden of proof falls to the applicant to prove they are not intending to immigrate to the United States.
The collaboration involved dancers in a choreography class, writers in a memoir class, and students from the University of Trinidad and Tobago. The students explored concepts of personal and social justice and expressed their ideas in the languages of movement and of literature.
At the root of social justice is not only to be yourself, but to become each one. And so, when we read, when we're moved by a piece of music, when we're dancing, that's all part of soul making. So I think there's something very connected between the writing, the reading, and the spirit.